Welcome to this episode of Wanderlust Solo Women Travel Unscripted. Real women, real stories, real journeys, and no filter. Join Gina, your host, to share the experiences and stories of solo female travelers and advocates from all over the world, with a mission to empower women of all ages, backgrounds, and life stages to embrace solo female travel with confidence and enthusiasm, while being authentic and real, unscripted. Confronting the challenges and apprehensions many women face when considering solo adventures, providing inspiration to break through those barriers. Sharing how life transitions, loss, and trauma can lead to amazing experiences, rediscovery, and life journeys. The good, the bad, and the ugly of authentic and honest travel. So let's throw out the script, get comfy, and jump right into this episode.
Welcome back, and thanks for tuning into the Wanderlust Solo Women Travel Unscripted podcast, where we ditch the filters, spill the travel tea, and celebrate the wild and wonderful world of solo female travel. This is the podcast where real women share real stories of solo adventures, transformation, and empowerment. Whether you're an empty nester, navigating a life transition, or dreaming of your first solo trip, this is your space to explore, laugh, and rediscover yourself. I'll be delving into the why behind your choice of a travel destination, your need versus choosing the destination first. But first, I'm going to go straight into our Pass the Parcel signature question. So from our previous guest, Pauline, she asked, what is the biggest lesson you've learned from traveling? Anything you can think of that would uplift the next person, that would inspire them to go traveling? So I thought this is a really actually good question about how travel can be uplifting and empowering, and all the lessons that I've learned. So my most powerful, I think, lesson learned from traveling that I would use to uplift and empower the next person is how it built my confidence. My whole travel business, even this podcast, is built around how travel rebuilt my confidence and how it can rebuild you as the listener's confidence. It's when you get pushed outside your comfort zone and you're forced to try and navigate new situations and deal with new things, you really start to learn how capable you are. And that's what happened to me. I was pushed out of my comfort zones. I was forced into situations that I had no idea what the hell I was doing. And because of that, I learned just how capable I was, and it really rebuilt my confidence, but most especially it rebuilt my self-esteem, which, I'm so grateful for, and I've never looked back since. And that's what I want to share with everybody here, is how it can do that for you also. So, sort of leading on for that, I put in my Facebook community group. I thought about, because I'm thinking of going on a quick short solo holiday. And as I was thinking about it, I was thinking of obviously the destinations, but then I was like, what do I actually need out of this holiday? Am I looking for rest and recharge? Am I looking for a bit of adventure? Am I looking to reconnect with myself? So I asked this question: when you are thinking of planning a holiday, what do you consider first? I put, do you consider budget, how much you can afford? Do you consider time allowance, how much time away you can have? Or what you need from the holiday, rest, connection, adventure, etc.? Or do you think of your destination first, where you'd like to go, versus where you can go? And the high majority chose destination first. That was the first thing on their list, and need was actually at the bottom, which I found really, really interesting, because if you're choosing your destination first, obviously we have bucket list places we want to go. There's different reasons we want to go to certain countries, family reasons, to see a particular site. So of course there's a reason to choose a destination. I'm not saying don't do that, but it's just interesting that that was the first line of thought when there's so many other things at play. So say, okay, I'll choose destination. I want to go to Greece. Great. But what about my budget? Is it the right time of year? So I go to Greece. I don't know anything, so I'll probably jump on a tour. The tour's going to be super busy. Do I want to be doing a load of activities with other people, or do I need some downtime and rest? Is then Greece going to be the right destination for me? So that's when, I sort of put it out there that maybe think about the other things, like write a list of what you really need, like really think about it. out of this destination? Are you want to reconnect with self? Are you trying to escape something? Are you trying to reset? Are you wanting spiritual connection? Are you wanting, to explore history and historical sites? Are you wanting a lot of adrenaline, and are you are looking for a real good social scene? Write all those things down, which in priority of what you think is most important. Then go to the destinations that would suit those things that you're seeking. Then obviously budget and time are really, really important. There's no point for like me, I'm here in New Zealand, in like the US are extremely expensive destinations. I'd have to save quite a long time to make sure I had a really good, enjoyable trip in those places. So make sure your budget is considered. You don't want to be flying all that way and then not being able to afford, obviously, the things you want to do and get caught out. So work on a daily budget. There's so many blogs out there that give you a rough budget per day for whatever country or destination they're going to. They're a great rule of thumb to use and a great way to just estimate how much money you will need. So if you've got a tighter budget, somewhere like Southeast Asia maybe is going to be a better destination for you. Then obviously time. How much time do you have to spend in these locations? If you're spending 24 hours flying somewhere and you only have a week, you're spending most of your time just getting there and getting home and not actually having a lot of time, and you're going to be exhausted. So I'd suggest if you are traveling further, you spend more time on those destinations that are further away. If you're capable of doing something like slow travel, which is an amazing way to experience and see a country, I'd highly recommend that. If you can have 5 weeks or work it around public holidays or get a little bit creative on how you do that. There might be in your work a quieter time of year, try and build it into that. And obviously shoulder seasons are another really good time to travel. That's when I love to travel. 1, it's cheaper. 2, there's less crowds. And 3, there's more availability for choice of accommodations and activities to do. So those are a whole lot of considerations to bring in when you're choosing your destination. It's like give those a little bit of thought before you just go, bam, I'm going here. And if you have a dream destination, say like Greece, like I mentioned earlier, that might take a little bit more planning. And, I know I'm going to be looking for a trip that I want to see everything while I'm there because it's a long way to go. I'll probably be looking at a tour because just from getting A to B, and I don't want to look at a bunch of ancient monuments and not understand what they're about. You get a bit over that after a little while. So I would want a guide. So I'll probably look at going on a group tour for that. So that's a whole different sort of travel experience. Like what I'm looking for now is I want a bit of inspiration. Travel always feeds my soul. So I want a bit of travel inspiration. That's what I'm really looking for right now. I want a little bit of R&R, but I want some fun activities because, I only can do a couple of days resting on the beach. Then I'm a bit over it and bored, if anyone out there can relate to that. So that's what I'm seeking now. I'll probably be a cheaper destination because I've got a smaller budget because this has been short notice. I've only made this decision in the last few weeks. Normally I take a few months, if not even a year, to lead into a trip. And then time, I'm looking to go before Christmas. So mine is a bit rushed this year, but a lot of destinations in Southeast Asia are actually really good to go to in around October, November. There's a lot of festivals on. And that's the other thing to think when you're looking at your destination. If you've just chosen your destination, see what festivals and events are on. That can make a huge difference when you're booking your accommodation and trying to get from A to B. If there's a massive nationwide event or public holiday on, Bali, for example, or Indonesia, when you arrive and it's Nepi, everything's going to be shut. And I know in some Middle Eastern countries it's the same, or there's a big festival on and you're trying to get accommodation and all of a sudden prices go through the roof and there's limited availability. So always check well in advance if you can, those busy high seasons, what events, local holidays that are on, and try and plan your trip around that. But yeah, I'd really love to hear your opinion on, do you ever think of your needs when you're planning a trip, or do you think of that after you've chosen your destination? So yeah, put that in the comments. I'd love to know. But that's my little tidbit of food for thought for today. And I'm really looking forward to bringing our next guest on. So Courtney, she's going to be really wonderful, sharing all her tips about solo female traveler. And I have a really good question I'm going to ask Courtney is, what is one thing your travel experiences have taught you? And I know travel experiences have taught us everything, so I can't wait to hear her answer. So stay tuned, and remember, everybody, to like, comment, and subscribe if you can, and share the love. Until then, I will catch you on the next episode, so stay tuned. And remember, it's never too late to unleash your wanderlust.
Thanks for listening. Please share the love by liking, commenting, or subscribing, or join us in our Facebook community.